Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me on this little experiment today. I just opened Football Manager and I thought to myself, how well would Klopp do at the World Cup if he took over England? And I thought, let's do it, let's try it, let's see. So in this video, I have put Klopp as the England manager, as you can see on the screen right here. And for fun purposes, I've put Gareth Southgate as the Liverpool manager. They've switched roles, and I want to see who does better, Klopp or Southgate. So as you can see on this screen right now, I'm at the start of the game. I've put them as the manager straight away, so they got at least a season with their team. Let's just hope Southgate can last until the World Cup in 2022. We all know how well Klopp does with player management. He gets the best out of his players. But have you actually seen him on this game? So here's his profile. His attacking is 17, his people management is 19, motivating is 19, working with youngsters is 17, and judging player ability and potential is really good at 17 and 18. So I reckon he will do really well as England manager. I'm intrigued to see what kind of team he takes to the World Cup. His preferred formation is a 4-3-3 DM wide, and I reckon he'll implement that in his England squads. And it'll be really interesting with Gareth Southgate to see who he signs for Liverpool and how he plays tactically as well. So I'm not going to ramble on any longer. I'm going to skip to the end of this season just to see how well they did in terms of friendlies, and for Southgate it's the whole season. And then from there I will skip till probably Christmas Day, because with it being a winter World Cup, it should be finished by then. So let's get started. So we're at the end of the season now, and England have played 3 games so far this year. The first match being with France, and it was a friendly, and the result was 1-1. And from looking at this, Klopp played a 4-3-3. He played a 4-2-3-1 wide for 14 minutes, and then a 4-3-3 for the rest of the game. I'm going to click on this properly so you can see who played where. So that's the France team. And then this is Klopp's first ever England game with his squad. So he's playing Harry Kane up front, Sancho and Sterling on the wings, with Foden, Henderson and Rice in midfield, with Shaw, Tomori, Maguire and Trent Alexander-Arnold in defence, and Ramsdale as his goalkeeper. Judging by the match stats, it was a very even game. In terms of shots and on target, we had a lot more. We had a lot more shots, but only 2 more on target. But we dominated the possession. And now recently, we have just had 2 games in the European League division. Is that what they call the Nations League on this game? Maybe. And we've won both, though. Both 2-0. So against Holland. How did Klopp play England in this? Exactly the same team, with Sancho and Abraham scoring. Wait, Abraham in the 26th minute. Hold on. Okay, so Harry Kane got injured in the first 10 minutes of the game, so Tammy Abraham came to save the day. Then in the second game with Austria, how did they play him? Virtually the same again, but instead of Henderson, he played Grealish. So he's very consistent with his team, which he does with Liverpool as well, to be fair. However, Ramsdale's injured and Sancho's injured from this game. This has no effect to the World Cup, but it's interesting to see who he's playing at the moment. So overall, he's having a good start as England manager. What's it like on the other end, though? Let's see how Gareth Southgate did at Liverpool. So quickly checking on Liverpool's page, Southgate is still the manager, so he's not done too badly. And looking at the top here, they were third. They were third in the league, with Man City winning. I just want to quickly check to see if he made any transfers. So he got 1 more player for 11 million, and then he sold 2 players on a free. So he hasn't done much. So I just want to quickly check Southgate's milestones. So yet nothing. So he got 3rd in the Premier League, knocked out by Atletico Madrid in the Champions League, knocked out by Southampton in the FA Cup 5th round, and then lost the Carabao Cup earlier on in the season to Chelsea. So, not a great season. So here we are, back on Klopp with England. That was the main focus of this video. So he's got a couple more games in September and October before the World Cup. So when I skip now to Christmas Day of 2022, we'll find out how well Klopp did in the European League division, and then we'll also find out the results of his first ever World Cup. So let's check. Let's find out right now. So we are here on Christmas Day in 2022, and I'm showing you the European International League. So here's the stages it went. England won 4 games of their 6 in this tournament, and as you can see here, where are we? Where did we leave off? So 2-2 against Germany, with Abraham scoring both by penalties. 1-0 against Holland with Sterling getting the winner, and then 1-1 with Declan Rice getting the draw with Germany. Oh, and finally 1-0 with Rashford getting the goal against Austria. So I'm going to just quickly check this one. Let's see how England played them. So it's very similar to the previous section. Kane up front, Sancho and Sterling on the wings, with Foden always in midfield. But it's got Bellingham and Phillips with him in this one. And then the back 4 is always the same. But he's playing Dean Henderson now. I will just quickly check the Germany game as well, just to see if it's any change. Oh, so he's got Foden up there now. Rice, Bellingham and Phillips. He seems to be relying on these guys a lot, with Ramsdale in goal again. So in the semi-final, we've got England versus Spain, and it hasn't happened yet. Okay, maybe I was wrong. Maybe it's after the World Cup. I thought it would be done before the World Cup. So England are against Spain in the semi-final, with France against Italy. When is the final? Does it say when the final is? It doesn't actually say when the final is, but we'll find out in the next section anyway. So let's go to the World Cup. How well did Klopp do in his first ever World Cup? So here we are in the World Cup. England's got Germany in the World Cup as well, but they're both through. So England won all 3 of their games with 9 points, but they've got Germany right behind them, who qualified second, with Ivory Coast and Japan as the other teams in this competition. So let's just go quickly through these scores. So Harry Kane scored the winner against Ivory Coast. It was 4-0 against Germany. Wow. And then the final game was 6-0 against Japan. I want to see the stats of this game. I will look at the stats for every game, but let's have a quick look. So Klopp has got his favourites in the team, although Chilwell and Aarons made it to the team in the World Cup. Is Shaw and Luke Shaw's here? Where's Trent? Is he? Yeah, Trent is here. But he's relying on Aarons and Chilwell. Foden doing really well. Bellingham and Henderson, great midfield and great attack, to be fair. Sancho, Sterling and Kane. The whole team's a really good team, and he's playing Dean Henderson. I didn't mean for that to sound surprising. Let's look at the first game though. So yeah, very similar. Trent played and Shaw played this game, so he must have just rotated the squad slightly, which is good. And the 4-0 against Germany. Again, we got Abraham on the wing this time. Grealish in midfield. Henderson as the DM. So they made it to the second round of the World Cup, and England beat Uzbekistan 6-0. The fact that they qualified is insane. Yeah, wow, a lot of red there. Let's check the England team. So Harry Kane both got an assist and a goal. Tammy Abraham got 2 goals here. Bellingham got a goal. Rashford got a goal. Sterling got a goal. Everyone gets a goal, nearly. 35 shots with 18 on target. They only had 1 shot, and it was 1 on target. Looking good for England so far. In the quarterfinal, we beat Spain 2-0. And Jurgen Klopp again using the people he trusts. It's a very good squad to play with. But unfortunately, Klopp was eliminated from the World Cup by Italy. We lost 2-1. It's like the previous World Cup all over again. We just can't beat Italy. So let's just look at the stats of this game. Kane and Sterling didn't put in the performances that they have done throughout this whole campaign. I don't think Pickford actually got a game with Klopp at all. But Rashford did get on the score sheet. It just wasn't enough. So there we have it. Klopp cannot win a World Cup with England, not with this England squad. Not this time anyway. Now, how well did Gareth Southgate do? Yikes. He's unemployed. He was sacked from Liverpool on the 2nd of November, so he had a really bad start as Liverpool manager. Who's he bought though? So he spent 68 million in the summer, got Dybala on it, he got a couple of frees, and he didn't lose too many first teamers, only Minamino really for 17.5 million, and they're currently 6th in the table. And would you believe it, look who is their new manager. It's Stevie G. Now I'm intrigued to see how Stevie G will do at Liverpool. You know what, I'm going to skip 2 more years. I want to see if Klopp stays till the European Championships and how well he does in them. And we'll also see how well Stevie G does as Liverpool manager. I think that's a good idea. So join me very shortly. We have made it to the 14th of July 2024. I have changed the background colour of my little character here. Not for any particular reason, I just wanted a little bit of a change while I go through these scores. So, England. They've done really well in the qualifiers, but unfortunately, we didn't get any further in the International League because we lost 2-1 to Spain, and then we lost 2-1 to France in the 3rd place playoff. Klopp has not won a trophy with England as of yet. However, he's got the European Championships to worry about, and he's doing really well in terms of qualifiers. I'm not going to go through these mainly because I can't for some reason. Maybe it's too far gone. Maybe it was last season, wasn't it? Of course. So I can't tell what type of team he's played, but he's done well, and he has qualified for the Euros, and I'm going to go through each stage with you in the Euros right now. So in the European Championships, we were in Group F with Norway, Denmark and Greece. No Germany this time, which is good. And we qualified. We won two out of the 3 games with 7 points. And the scores here, we drew 0-0 with Denmark in the first game. We won 2-0 against Norway. And then we won 4-0 against Greece. Let's check these games. So against Denmark, it was only a 0-0 job. What kind of team is Klopp putting out 2 years later? It's a very similar squad. Who did we play against Norway? So again, similar team, apart from Saka as a wing-back. And Madueke? I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. So he's at PSV, right? Oh no, he's at Real Madrid. In this save, he's at Real Madrid, but he's performing well for England. And then in the 3rd game, it was 4-0 against Greece. How well did we... Oh, and we know how well we did. How did they do in terms of ratings, though, and squad? So he's got another 2 games here as well. Wow. Reece James is getting a game. Chilwell's getting a game. Gomez is back in the squad. Mason Mount's in the squad. Sancho's still there. Abraham's still in the squad. It's a very young squad. But how further did we go? Let's have a look. Obviously we're in the 2nd round, but unfortunately Klopp and his England men lost to penalties to Ukraine. It was 1-1 and it went to penalties. So he's still playing the 4-3-3 as he's done throughout this whole campaign. And it's not a bad squad. It's just their attackers wasn't doing the job for them, apart from Sancho. So out pretty early, to be honest. Question is he still in the job? No. So I'm assuming he got sacked. No, he resigned. Klopp resigned after 2 tournaments with England, unfortunately. So yeah, this little experiment proves it doesn't matter who's going to be the England manager. They can't get the job done, it seems, even with someone like Jurgen Klopp. Now, the other part of this video was, how did Stevie G do? So Steven Gerrard is still the manager at Liverpool, but how well has he done? I'm just going to click his profile actually, it'd be better to see the milestones this way. So he was hired as Liverpool manager. Wow, holy moly. So in his first season with Liverpool, he won the Champions League with them. Then he won the Community Shield, and then he won the European Super Cup. He's won another Champions League with Liverpool. Still hasn't won a Premier League with them, but that's a great achievement for his first season with them. He won a couple of Manager of the Months. So he spent 143 million. He sold Jota, Chamberlain, Kanate. Harvey Elliott went on loan. But he's bought these players. Hudson-Odoi, that's a shocker. And then this recent season, he's just got a load of frees by the looks of it. And sold quite a few frees as well. How have they done in the Premier League though? So the past few winners, Man City won the first, as we saw. Man United won the 2022 season. And then Man City. But we've came runner-up on both of these seasons. But this video is not about Steven Gerrard as Liverpool manager. I might have to do that as a video soon though. I might carry this on in a different video. See how well he does as a Liverpool manager. And just for old time's sake, how did Gareth Southgate do? Is he in a job yet? Yep, he's now manager of Crystal Palace. So he's bounced back from the Liverpool job. So there we go guys. Thank you for watching this little experiment. And if you like these kind of experiments and you want me to try something else, just let me know in the comments below. I'll be very grateful. Ta-ra for now.